Good evening, everyone. This is Robert from RJL 518, welcoming you to tonight's edition of Inside Pitch, the 1976 season. And today is June 13th, 1976, and we are at the stadium by the front of the river, or as it's known, Riverfront Stadium, for tonight's game between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Cincinnati Reds. The Cardinals are at 500, 28-28, fourth place, National League East. The Reds are still leading the National League in good strength, although the Phillies are right behind them for number one. But the Reds come into this game at 36-21, and they are first place in the National League West. This is the second game of a doubleheader that was played that day. So as you can see on the board, you can already see I have the fast score sheet already. Real quick, I'm going to do the fast score for the first game of this doubleheader that was played today. St. Louis had John Curtis against Fred Norman. So what we're going to do is I'm going to real quick roll the first game of the doubleheader, and we'll get that, and we'll go ahead and get that in as Dave Little is first to join us at Riverfront Stadium. So let's first do the doubleheader, the first game of the doubleheader. The Cardinals had a 7 for that game. And that is a 43, so they get 4 runs for the first game. The Reds had an 18 and a 43 on an 18, and that is going to be 6 runs. So the Reds will have won the first game of this doubleheader 6-4. So that is now where we'll take off. So that means now the Reds have a 37-20 record, and the Cardinals are 28-29. So that's the first game of the doubleheader. Now let's get to our game, the second game of the doubleheader. And we are here for an exciting matchup tonight, the Cardinals and the Reds. Historically, the Cardinals won the second game of this doubleheader 12-9. There was 21 runs, 28 hits, and 1 error. So that was a pretty high-scoring game. We'll see if this game, however, goes that distance. Midlife Crisis joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. So let's see what Inside Pitch has to say about the second game. Starting pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds in that game was Santo Alcala. 11 wins, 4 losses, a 4.70 ERA. He gets the call tonight. So let's see what we have tonight as we get ready. We are using red, white, and red dice for the Reds since they are the home team. And we are all set and ready to go. Top of the first, leading off for the Cardinals will be center fielder Bake McBride. Another great baseball name from the time. 335 average, 3 homers, 24 RBIs for Bake. Let's go underway. Let's play some Inside Pitch. Alcala, 3-6. Against the lefty, that's blank. McBride, 4-2. Against a righty, McBride leads off with a double into left field. That's a good way to start for the Cardinals. As I said, there were 28 hits in this game, and Bake McBride gets the first of them. Gillies Tebow joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. A big honor to have you here with me, sir, as it is with everyone who joins me. McBride on at second. The infield does go halfway. And the next batter will be the shortstop, Don Kessinger. 239 average, a homer, 40 RBIs. Alcala ready to deal. Let's see if anything on the bases. No. Alcala will pitch. And that is a 4-2. That's a range play. Kessinger will swing. 5-5. And that is a ball hit to right field. That is a 10 against a righty. That's going to be a triple, but it is a range play. So the ball is hit to right, and that is Ken Griffey. His range is a 1. No, not a chance with a 2. That's going to be a triple for Kessinger. That will score McBride. And I said there were a lot of runs scored in this game. Well, there's the first one. 1-0 Cardinals on an RBI triple by Kessinger. If it's going to be one of those kind of games, you never know. So Kessinger on at third after a big RBI triple. Next batter is the left fielder, Lou Brock. May he rest in peace. Before there was Ricky Henderson, there was Lou Brock. 301 average, 4 homers, 67 RBIs, 56 stolen bases, a good year, 76 for Brock. The infield is going to play in. They're not going to want Kessinger to score, so the Reds are going to try to keep it in there. Let's see if anything happening on the bases. That 3 says no. Alcala will pitch. 2-2, strikeout, 7. Yes, got him. He strikes out Brock. First strikeout for Alcala. Riverfront Stadium adds 1 to strikes and 1 to walks. So that is out number 1. That brings up the catcher, Ted Simmons. A lot of people, he's in the Hall of Fame. A lot of people try to convince me he should be in there. And I'm on the fence. I'm still on the fence. I don't know. Hall of very good, no doubt. Hall of Fame, still on the fence. Alcala will, if you want to put him in there, fine. Alcala will pitch to Simmons. We'll first see if anything on the bases. No. Alcala will pitch. 4-1. That's a range play at the park. Riverfront Stadium says 5-5. That's a star, too. It's grounded to short, and that is Doug Flynn over there. Unfortunately, the infield is in. So Flynn, who's normally a range of 3, is a 1. And he's not going to get it. That's going to be a base hit. So Kessinger will come in to score. Simmons goes to first. RBI single for Ted Simmons because the infield was in. And just like that, 2-0 Redbirds. Next batter will be the right fielder, Willie Crawford. 304 average, 9 homers, 50 RBIs for 76 for the Cardinals. Infield is now halfway. Let's see what Simmons has to do. That is an 18, nothing happening on the bases. Alcala will pitch. That's a 3-2. That's a blank. He's not tired. Crawford, 5-2. That's a ball hit to right field. That is an 8 against a righty. Crawford smacks a triple himself. Holy cow. The Cardinals came out to bat in this second game of this doubleheader. 2 RBI triples in the first inning. Crawford goes to third. And the Cardinals have jumped out 3-0. As I said, there were 21 runs scored in this game, and 3 are already in it. So Crawford goes to third. There's still only 1 out. And the next batter is the first baseman, Ron Fairley. 256 average, 3 homers, 31 RBIs. Crawford on at third. The infield is going to stay halfway. We'll see what Crawford decides to do. They're not going to bring him in. We'll see what happens. Nothing on the bases. Alcala will pitch. 6-4. Strikeout 4. Got him. Strikeout number 2 for Alcala. 2 down. Now the infield will go back. Next up for the Cardinals, third baseman Heidi Cruz, 228 average, 13 homers, 71 RBIs. Crawford on at third. Alcala trying to get out of this inning. We'll first roll the strat to see if anything happening. No. Alcala will pitch. 6-5. That's a blank. Cruz will go ahead and swing away. 4-5, star 3, and he hits a fly out to center, and that will finally end the first inning. 3 runs on 4 hits, a single, a double, and 2 triples. We go to the bottom of the first as the Cardinals are already on their way to scoring some runs here. Bottom of the first coming up. And the batter and leading and pitching for the St. Louis Cardinals in this game was Bob. May the Forsch be with you. Bob Forsch, 8 wins, 10 losses, 3.94 ERA. He got the call for the bottom game of this doubleheader. So we go to the bottom of the first. Here's the third baseman, Peter Rose. Charlie Hustle, 323 average, 10 homers, 63 RBI. So the Cardinals already off to a 3-0 lead. Let's see what the Reds can do. Forsch, 2-4. That's at the park. Riverfront Stadium says 4-6, and that's a leadoff double for Rose. He hits a double to left, so the Reds get a leadoff hit. They also get a leadoff double here in this inning. Something tells me this is going to be one of those games. Rose on at second. Here's the right fielder, Ken Griffey, 336 average, 6 homers, 74 RBIs, a great stat line. He was one of the best hitters in that season. He just couldn't play the field. Didn't make many errors, just had no range. The infield will stay back. See if anything on the strat, nothing there. Forsch will pitch to Griffey, and that's a 5-1. That's blank. Griffey will swing away, 5-4. He grounds it to short. The throw goes to first for out number 1. And Rose's base running rating is a 3. And he needs a 2 or a 1. He'll advance to third, and he does. So it's a slow rolling grounder. So Rose does advance to third base. So he goes to third. There is 1 out. We lost this guy last year also, second baseman Joe Morgan. May he rest in peace. 320 average, 27 homers, 111 RBIs. Like I said, the big red machine was still on all cylinders in 76. Nothing on the bases. Forsch will pitch, 3-1. That's a walk. The 8 will walk Morgan with no problem at all. A walk from Morgan. He goes to first. And next up will be the first baseman, Dan Dreesen. 247 average, 7 homers, 44 RBIs. The infield will go halfway as the Redbirds will try to go ahead and get a double play. And Dreesen does ground out into a lot of them. See if anything happening on the base paths. That is a 6. Morgan is definitely going to try to steal here, and it makes sense. 17 minus 2 is a 15. And the Cardinals, Ted Simmons, -2 is a 13. Ooh, wait a minute. That's a 6. That's only 65% chance. But Dreesen grounds out in a double plays. I think you still send Morgan here. I think you still send him here. You got to try to get out, stay out the double play because Dreesen hits into a lot of them. I'm going to send him. Morgan on his way to second base. There he goes. A 1 to 13. He's safe. No, he's thrown out, and he would have been out on no matter what his rating is. That's a 20. Morgan is automatically thrown out there by Ted Simmons. He guns him out at second base. That will be the second out. Morgan a dead duck there with a 20. Ricky Henderson could have been on the base paths. It wouldn't have mattered. He would have been out. That was a perfect throw by Ted Simmons. Rose, of course, does not try to steal home. He stays right at third. And now Dreesen will bat with nobody on the bases. One on third. Still 2 outs. Forsch will go ahead now and pitch. We'll re-roll the strat. Nothing. Forsch will pitch. 2-6. Range play at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 6-6. That is a ball hit to right field. That is a 17, and that is over the main hit column, but it is a range play. So it's ball hit to right, and that is hit to Willie Crawford. His range is a 2. No, he won't get it. Is that going to be a single or a double? That's going to be a single for Dreesen. Dreesen gets the base hit. That will score Rose. And it's going to be 3-1. That's so 3-1. So maybe getting the guy, maybe trying to steal wasn't the play. And timeout on the field for something. I want to check something out here. Okay. All right, so that is definitely a single for Dreesen. He holds it first, 3-1 on an RBI single by Dreesen. The Reds do get the run in. And the next up for the Reds will be left fielder Mike Lum. 228 average, 3 homers, 20 RBIs. Nothing on the bases. Forsch will pitch. 6-1. That's a range play again. Lum will swing. 3-2. Star one. That's grounded to second base. And that is hit to Mike Tyson. His range is a 4. And he's not going to get that. That's going to be a base hit past him also. Dreesen's base running rating is a 4. Becomes a 5 with 2 outs. Single past second base. He will make it to third. Lum has a single now. Wow. Maybe trying to have Morgan Steele is now beginning to take its effect. That might not have been a good one, as now these already hits. All these hits coming in. Next up for the Reds, center fielder Cesar Geronimo. 307 average, 2 homers, 49 RBIs. Cardinals are leading 3-1. We're only in the first inning. See if anything happening on the bases. That is a 1. Nothing happening here. Forsch will go ahead and pitch. 3-3, that's blank. Geronimo will swing. 5-4, base hit, center field. That's a single for Geronimo. That will score Dreesen. Lum's base running rating is a 1. Single to center, -1 is 0. Center fielder McBride is a 0. With 2 outs, it becomes a 1. Lum goes to second. The only way he can get to third is on a 1 on the red die. No, he stays. And it's now 3-2. I go ahead and throw out the base steal. He throws out the base stealer, but the Reds get another couple of hits here. Runners at first and second, and they're now 3-2 ball game. That will bring up the catcher for the Reds in this game, Bill Plummer. Johnny Bench played in the first one. 248 average, 4 homers, 19 RBIs. Plummer gets the call behind the plate. Checking anything on the bases? No. Forsch will pitch. 2-6. That's a range play again at the park. Riverfront Stadium says 2-1. And that's a base hit to center, but it's hit to McBride. His range is a 5. And he will make the catch and end the inning. So a base hit to center turns out to be a flyout, as Bake McBride is there to make the range play catch, and the inning ends. 2 runs on 4 hits. There was and a walk. Probably could have been a lot more if I didn't try to steal, but how did I know this was all going to happen? You got to play the percentages, and plus Joe Morgan had a very good chance. After 1, it is 3-2 Cardinals, as Brandon Baker joins us as he says, Reds baseball is on the air. And I think we're going to have one of those high-scoring games. Maybe. You never know. A lot of times the first inning is explosive, and then later the pitchers calm down. Top of the second, leading off for the Cardinals will be second baseman Mike Tyson. No, not the boxer. 286 average, 3 homers, 28 RBIs. Alcala with the pitch, 3-4, and against a righty, strikeout 2, got him. He will strike him out. Strikeout number 3 for Alcala. He had 67 of them in 76. That brings up the pitcher, Bob Forsch. 177 average, a homer, 5 RBIs. Second game of this doubleheader, the Reds did win the first one in FastScore, 6-4. So the Reds are now trying to sweep the doubleheader. The Cardinals, however, did win the second game, 12-9. Alcala, 3-1. Walk plus. That 20 is going to be too high. Forsch is going to swing 3-5, and he just grounds it to first. Even with a walk plus 10, that still doesn't get it. And the next batter will be Bake McBride. McBride, 1 for 1, doubled his first time up. Alcala ready to pitch. And that is a 1-6 against the lefty. It is a blank. McBride will swing 1-1, and that's going to be a star 2 and a ground out to short. So Alcala has a much better inning as he retires the side in order as we go to the bottom of the second. For the Reds, leading off for them will be the shortstop, Doug Flynn, 283 average, a homer, 20 RBIs. Concepcion was in the first game. Forsch will go ahead and pitch to Flynn, and that is a 1-5. Strikeout 20, not a chance. Flynn will swing 5-4. He flies out to center. One man down. Here's the Reds pitcher, Santo Alcala, batted 140 as a hitter. Alcala will go ahead and ready. Forsch will pitch 1-3. That's blank. Alcala 3-5. He gets a base hit to right. How about a single to right for Alcala? He goes ahead and gets a nice base hit into right field. That'll be thrown back in by Crawford. And the Reds have a man on. And here's Charlie Hustle. Hustle is 1 for 1. He doubled his first time up. The infield does go halfway. I don't think there's going to be anything on the bases. No. Forsch will go ahead and pitch to Rose. 5-5. That's at the park. Riverfront Stadium says 4-2. And that is a blank. We got a rare play. So let's see what we got from this one. Rare plays with men on base. Let's find out. And that is a 42. Right fielder crashes into the wall by chasing a deep drive. Resolve as a D9 range play. Right, we'll do that first. D9 range play. So that is right field. That's Crawford. His range is a 2. No, he will not get it. So that's going to be a double. That's going to be a double for Rose. If right fielder fails to make the play, the center fielder picks up the ball with the hitter attempting a triple. Resolve like an S+8 with the play at third. So what this is now is it's a D+8. So Rose, so it's Alcala automatically scores on that. So Alcala comes in to score. So it's 3-3. Rose is going to try for third. His base running rating is a 3. Base running rating is a 3. And the guy trying to throw him out is the center fielder. And the center fielder is McBride. He has no arm. So a 1-3, Rose is safe on third. It's a 6. He's out. Oh, boy. Rose tried to go ahead and take third base. He is thrown out by Bake McBride. The run does come in to score, though, but that he is thrown out. Wow. So that's going to go. So that's going to be a double, but he's thrown out at third. The run does score. We are tied at 3. And there are now 2 outs. So that does go as a hit, but he's thrown out at third, trying to turn it into a triple. Nice throw by McBride. The next batter will be Ken Griffey. There's no injury on the play according to the braille play chart, so nobody got hurt. So Griffey will bat. Griffey is 0 for 1. RF joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Welcome here, sir. Be fun to hear me and our Red Sox fan call a game together. Oh boy! You know what? I would be the commentary. I would let him do the play-by-play. He could do the play-by-play. I'll do the commentary. Forsch will go ahead and pitch. 1-5. Strikeout 11. No. Griffey gets the swing. And that is a 5-5. He flies out to center. And that will end the inning. 1 run for the Reds on 2 hits. The Cardinals jumped out to a 3-0 lead, and the Reds come right back, tied at 3 after 2. Third inning coming up. Triples across the scoreboard. Don Kessinger leading off for the Cardinals. He is 1 for 1. He tripled his first time up. We've already had 2 triples in the game. Alcala, 6-1. Possible error. Kessinger will swing, 4-4. That's a base hit to right field. That's a single. Kessinger goes ahead and gets it. The ball is hit to right. That is Griffey. His error rating is a 4. That's a 14. He will not make an error. So Kessinger stays at first. Looks like pitching is going to take the night off today. Here is Lou Brock. Brock struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Infield is halfway. Kessinger not really a threat to steal, and the 6 means nothing happening. Alcala will pitch to Brock, and that's a 2-3. Error on a throw. Brock will swing, 6-6. That's a base hit, and now it's an error on a throw, but this is a single 4. So this is going to be an infield single. This is going to be an infield single, and that ball is hit to second base, and that's Morgan. His error rating is a 6. That's a 3. He's going to try to get Brock anyway, and he throws the ball away. He throws the ball away on an error. That is an error. That's an infield single with a 1 extra base advancement on the bad throw, which means Kessinger goes to third and Brock goes to second. That is an E4 on Morgan. And that is the first error on the Reds. So already here in the third inning, we've got everything happening tonight. So it's an infield single with a bad throw as he tried to see if he could get Lou Brock, and he threw the ball away. So that's going to be that's an extra base for each batter. So nobody out. Top of the third already. Cardinals with runners at second and third. And that will bring up Ted Simmons. Simmons is 1 for 1, singled his first time up. Let's see what the Cardinals want to do here. What do they want to do here? The Cardinals are going to pitch to Simmons, and they're going to keep the infield halfway. It brings Kessinger's base running rating down to a 2 on a grounder. Let's see what happens on the bases. That is a 3. Nothing happening. Alcala will pitch. That is a 1-5. Strikeout, 19, no. Simmons will swing, 1-6. That is a ground ball to short. Kessinger's base running rating is a 2 on a grounder to short. I'm not going to send him, and the throw will go to first to get out number 1. And it makes sense because it's only 1 out. So the runners hold. And you give another man a chance, and that would be Willie Crawford. Crawford batted .304 with 9 homers that year, so he's definitely capable of getting a hit. So now there's 1 out. The infield will stay halfway. Alcala will try, and now maybe if Kessinger tries to go, I may roll a die to decide if he goes or not. We'll see. First, let's check anything on the bases. Nothing. Alcala pitches. 6-4. Strikeout. And that is a 16, no. Crawford will swing. 3-3. That's a base hit past first. That's a single. Kessinger comes in to score. Brock with a base running rating of 3. He will not score from second base. He has to hold at third on a single past first. And the Cardinals retake the lead 4-3. An RBI single by Crawford. Now 4-3 Cardinals. And now the batter will be Ron Fairley. Fairley is 0 for 1. Now the infield will stay halfway for a double play chance. See if anything happening on the bases. A 12 is a no. Alcala will go ahead and pitch to Fairley. Reds bullpen kind of stirring, but not getting ready yet. Alcala will pitch for 6. That's a walk. The 16, yep, he walked him. Ron Fairley's a 16 plus 1 is a 17. He does walk Fairley, and the bases are loaded. And the batter is Heidi Cruz. Heidi Cruz is the batter. The Reds are going to play the infield back. They're going to play for 2. Cruz is 0 for 1. See if anything happening on the bases. 15 is a no. Alcala will pitch to Cruz. That's a 4-3. That's a walk. The 3, yep, he walked in a run. Wow. Lou Brock will trot on home. Alcala walks in a run. Now 5-3 Cardinals. Now the Reds bullpen is definitely getting people warmed up. As Heidi Cruz draws a walk. And now here's Mike Tyson. Tyson is 0 for 1. Fans here at Riverfront not happy right now. Alcala, though, has pitched his ERA. His ERA was 4.7. He's given up 5 runs. What are you going to do? The infield will stay halfway, trying to get a double play. We'll see if anything happening on the bases. A 5 is no. Alcala will pitch to Tyson, and that's a 1-3. Strikeout 15, no. Tyson will swing. 2-6, base hit past second base. The hits just keep on coming. That is a single past second. Crawford scores. Ron Fairley's base running rating is a 2. On a single past second, he will score. Heidi Cruz, base running rating is a 2. He will not make third. He has to stay at second. Tyson gets a base hit, and the Cardinals now lead 7-3. 2 runs come in on the Heidi Cruz RBI. And the batter now is the pitcher, Bob Forsch. And Santo Alcala, I guess I got to pull him. Let me see. His pull rating's a 12. I'm pretty sure it's above that. 2, 4, 6, 7, 9, 11. Yeah, Alcala coming out. Probably left him in too long anyway. Alcala is done, as the Reds will go to the bullpen. Now, even though some Reds pitchers did pitch in the first game of this doubleheader, I'm not counting that. They are fully available if needed for the second game. And they're going to bring in a pitcher to deal with Bob Forsch. It's only the 3rd inning. And usually in this moment, I bring in a starter that can be a reliever. And the Reds are going to go with Pat Zachary. Pat Zachary will come in relief. He did have 10 relief appearances. He can pitch to 9 batters. 14 wins, 7 losses, 2.74 ERA. But Zachary's going to come in here and pitch. I usually, if a starting pitcher gets knocked out, usually before the 5th inning, I usually will bring in a starter that did relief if possible. Still only 1 out. Still the top of the 3rd. The Cardinals just got the extra point. They lead here 7-3 on the Reds' field goal. And here's Forsch. Forsch is 0 for 1. We'll see if anything happening on the bases. No. Zachary will pitch. 1-6. Strikeout. He will get Forsch. So that's the second out. And now here's Bake McBride. McBride is 1 for 2. Has a double. Check to see if anything on the bases. That's a no. Zachary will pitch. 3-1. Error on a grounder. McBride, 3-6. That's a star 4. That is a ground ball to 3rd. And that's it to Rose. His error rating is a 6. That's a 12. He will make the play. And he's going to throw to second to get Tyson and end the inning. 4 runs for the Cardinals on 1, 2, 3 hits. And a huge error and a big error on Morgan. We go to the bottom of the third. Cardinals already leading 7-3. And we've had some high-scoring games lately, although last night's wasn't too bad, wasn't too high. But sometimes you get that high-scoring game. But then again, the score of this game was 12-9. So there was 21 runs historically in this game. We already got 10. Let's see how accurate inside pitch really is. And I still think it's pretty darn accurate. Bottom of the third, 7-3. And leading off for the Reds will be Joe Morgan. Morgan walked his first time up. He doesn't get any boos. They know that Morgan is the guy here in Riverfront. Forsch will pitch. 6-1 range play. Morgan 2-4. Fly ball to right field. Range play to Crawford. His range is a 2. Yes, he will make the catch. Out number 1. Nice play by Willie Crawford. Fly out to right. Here's Dan Dreesen. Dreesen is 1-for-1. Singled his first time up. Forsch will go ahead and pitch. 4-5. Error on a throw. Dreesen will swing. 2-2. Ground ball to short. And that is hit to Kessinger. His error rating is an 8. That's a 15. He won't make an error. Throws to first. Out number 2. 2 outs now for Mike Lum. Lum is 1-for-1. Hit a single his first time up. Forsch, 6-4. That's blank. Lum will swing, 6-1. That's a ball hit to left field. That is an 18, and that is going to be too high. It's just going to be a fly out to left. And the side is retired. 1, 2, 3, go the Reds. As right now, the Forsch is strong in this one. And after 3, 7-3. On a touchdown by Bob Forsch and a field goal by Pat Zachary. 4th inning coming up. The Reds did bat around, or pretty much did send all 9, the Cardinals did send all 9 players to the plate in that last inning. Don Kessinger leads off for the Cardinals here to start the top of the 4th. Zachary, 6-5, against a switch hitter from the left side. That is a walk plus, and that 16 will walk Kessinger. So Zachary walks him. Kessinger finds himself on base for the 3rd time tonight. He had a triple and a single. So he's 2 for 2. And now here's Lou Brock. Brock is 0-for-1, reached on an error. Infield goes halvesies. Nothing on the bases. Zachary, 3-2, range play. Brock will swing, 6-1. That's a base hit right past Zachary, but it is a range play. But his range is a 1. He won't get that. That's going to be a single for Brock. Kessinger's base running rating is a 3. Needs to be a 4 to get the 3rd, so he will hold at 2nd. So right now it looks like that Reds pitching has definitely taken the night off. And here's Ted Simmons. Simmons, 1 for 2, has a single. Infield still saying halfway. Actually, that was a range play. Even if I had rolled the 1, it wouldn't have mattered. But on Zachary, however, since he's the pitcher's automatically considered in, so still it would have been a 1. Pitchers and catchers are not affected by range plays, all right, if the infield is halfway or in. They're automatically considered in. Let's see if anything happening on the bases. And that is a 19, no. Runners at 1st and 2nd, no one out, top of the 4th. Zachary will pitch. 6-5 against the lefty switch. That's another walk plus 10 that will walk Simmons. And once again, the Cardinals have the bases loaded, no one out. And right now, the fans at Riverfront did enjoy the Reds winning the first game. The second game doesn't look too good. Here's Willie Crawford. Reds are going to keep the infield halfway. They're going to try for 2 outs, although Kessinger would score on that. So they're going to try for 2 outs here. It's already a 7-3 game, but we know how powerful the Reds lineup is. Crawford, 2 for 2, a triple and a single. See if anything happening on the bases. That's an 18, no. Zachary trying to help the Reds here, but right now it's not helping them out. Zachary will pitch 3-3. That is a home run, question mark. Crawford a lefty, a 1-12. The 18 is too high. No grand slam that way, but Crawford will get to swing. That's a 5-3, star 5, and it's a fly out to left. That's the first out. Crawford has a sacrifice fly rating of 3. He will bring in Kessinger automatically. So it becomes a sacrifice fly to left. Runner still on first and second, but it is now 8-3 Cardinals. And now here's Ron Fairley. Fairley is 0 for 1, walked his last time up. Runners at first and second. Zachary ready to deal. Here comes we'll try the, am I still rolling the strike? Yes, I am. Nothing happening there. Zachary, 4-3, strikeout, 18, no. Fairley swings, 6-5, base hit, center field. The hits just keep on coming. Single to center. Fairley, let's see, single to center. Brock's base running rating is a 3. Single to center from second base, +2 is a 5. Center field for the Reds, Geronimo is a 0. A 1-5, Brock will score. Yes, he does. On a base hit. Simmons' base running rating is a 2, and that 2 will allow him to go to third. Fairley stays at first. A base hit by Ron Fairley, and the Cardinals now lead it 9-3, and I'm going to have to get my extra markers ready. It looks like I might need some higher scores here. Base hit by Fairley, and no matter who I bring in to pitch for the Reds, it don't matter. Here's Heidi Cruz. The infield is still going to play halfway, and the infield, and there's only still 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Cruz is 0 for 1. They're going to keep Zachary out there as long as he can. He's due to bat 4th in the 4th inning. That is a 2, nothing happening on the bases. But now that it's a 6-run lead, all right, everything is in runner safe mode, including, according to, I checked with Chris on this, and he says even the team that's ahead. So now it's just station to station. Zachary will pitch. 5-3. That's a walk. That 13 is a no. Cruz will swing. 3-4, and that's a ground ball to short. Did they turn the double play? 2-1-2. Second base for the Reds is Morgan, and he has a 0. A 1 Simmons, of course, is coming home. So a 1-2, they turn the double play. No, runners advance. So Simmons would have scored anyway on that. Fairley goes to second, so the only out was at first, 2 outs. But the run does come in. So the Cardinals go ahead and add a field goal and now lead 10-3. And now here's Mike Tyson. Tyson is 1 for 2. Fairley on its second. 10-3 Cardinals here. We're only still in the top of the 4th. Zachary will go ahead and there is, am I rolling? No more strat. Zachary will pitch. It's a straight pitch and catch. Straight pitch and catch now. That is a 2-3. That's an error on a throw. Tyson 3-3. Base hit into left field. That's going to be a single. But it's only station to station, so Fairley stops automatically at third. Single to left. And that means there's no throw. So there's not going to be a throw there. So no throw. So the runners only move station to station, and Fairley stops at third on a 10-3 game now. And the batter will be Bob Forsch. Forsch is 0 for 2. Still 2 outs. Zachary is now tired, but they're going to leave him in there to pitch to the pitcher. Zachary with the pitch. 3-4. Strikeout, and he will get Forsch. And that will end the inning. Wow. 3 runs on 2 hits, 2 walks, and a sacrifice fly. Bottom of the 4th, Cardinals already leading 10-3. Peter Bergs joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Bottom of the 4th inning here. Cesar Geronimo leads off for the Reds. Geronimo's 1 for 1, hit a base hit his first time up. Forsch will pitch. And that's a 3-2. Blank. Geronimo swings. 3-4. That's grounded to short. And that is the first out. And here's Bill Plummer. Plummer's 0 for 1. Forsch, 6-2. Strikeout, 9. Got him. He gets Plummer. And that is Forsch. That's his first strikeout for Bob Forsch. He only had 76 of them in 76. That's his first strikeout of the game. The batter now is Doug Flynn, and the Reds are actually hoping he can get a hit and allow Zachary to be removed normally. 2 outs. Forsch with the pitch. 4-6. Double question mark. Flynn is a righty. A 1-5 would be a single up the middle. That's a 17. It's too high. It's a blank. Flynn will go ahead and swing. 2-3. He does get that base hit to left. Flynn goes ahead and gets the single. And that's what you want if you're the Reds, because now you can bring in a pinch hitter for Zachary. Has to be the player with the most at-bats, and it will be Dave Concepcion. Dave Concepcion, 281 average, 9 homers, 69 RBIs in 76. He will come up to bat with Flynn on at second base. There is no strat roll. Forsch will go ahead and pitch. 2-6. Range play at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 5-5. That's a star, too, and that's just going to be a ground out to third, and that will do it. No runs. There was a hit, but after 4, the Cardinals are way out in front, 10-3. Top of the 5th inning. Cardinals have a left switch left. I think the Reds will probably bring in a lefty to pitch here. And it's still the 5th inning. I could still go with a starter if I want to. So coming on to pitch for the Reds is going to be Fred Norman. I just want to make sure. I don't think he pitched the game. No, I'm sorry. I can't bring in Norman. Norman I can't bring in. He pitched the game, the doubleheader, so I will not allow it. I'll automatically burn him, and I'll bring in someone else here. And let's see here, because he pitched the first game of the doubleheader, that he would not be available. Let's see here. They're going to go with Don Gullett. He had 3 relief appearances, 11 wins, 3 losses, a save, a 3.00 ERA. Don Gullett will pitch to Bake McBride. Normally, I could bring in if a starter pitched the day before, I could bring him in. All right, but since he pitched the same day, no, he really would not be available. So Don Gullett will pitch to Bake McBride, 11-3, 11 wins, 3 losses, a save, a 3.00 ERA. 10-3 Cardinals here. In another blowout, it looks like. Gullett can pitch to 9 batters. Let's see what he can do. Let's see what he can do. 2-2. Walk plus 10. Why am I not surprised? That's going to be a walk to McBride. And Reds pitching just not cutting it in this one. And now Kessinger. Kessinger is 2 for 2. Triple, single, and walk. Infield is halfway. There is no base strategy roll. Gullett will pitch. 2-2, again a 2-2, and again a walk plus 10. And that 12 will walk Kessinger. Oh, boy. Sorry, Reds fans in the chat. Blame the dice, not me. Here's Lou Brock. No matter what the Reds try to do, Cardinals are doing their best to try to get back to 500 here. Brock is 1 for 2, singled and reached on an error. Infield still halfway. They go talk to Gullett and said, they pretty go ahead and pretty go into the bullpen and says, does anybody here know how to pitch? Gullett will pitch. 4-5. That's at the park. Riverfront Stadium. 2-1. Base hit. Center field. That's a single. And it's a station-to-station single. Although the one rule I really should make, if there's a chance for a runner to score, I should go ahead and make that, if I can make that call. And there is a chance for McBride to score. Could have done that with the Reds in the last inning, with the Cardinals in the last inning. I really think if there's a chance of run to score, which McBride does, and that's what? That's a single to center field. I think you do here. Base running rating is a 4. Base running rating is a 4. Single to center plus 2 is a 6. The center fielder for the Reds is Geronimo, has a 0. He automatically scores. There's no throw. So McBride's going to come in to score, and it's going to be 11-3. Got to make a little bit of a house rule on that. If there's a chance for a runner to score, yes. If there's not a chance for a runner to score, station to station makes sense. 11-3 Cardinals. There is no throw home. Now the question is there a throw to third? Now, and since Kessinger cannot score, these guys will automatically go station to station. Oh, boy. Brandon Baker warming up in the bullpen. I think we need Brandon Baker on the field right now for the Reds. Runners at first and second. Here's Ted Simmons. Still nobody out. No matter who pitches for the Reds, they're just getting shelled. The Cardinals did have 15 hits in that game, and they already have right now. Let me see. Let's see. I think they already have 12. Simmons is 1 for 2. Infield is still staying halfway. Still nobody out. Top of the 5th. Gullett, 4-6. That's at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 4-3. And that is a base hit to center field with a possible double. Kessinger will come in to score. Brock automatically takes third. It's an automatic 2 bases. But Simmons, he has to try to take second. His base running rating is a 2. Center fielder for the Reds is Geronimo. He's a 0. A 1-2, Simmons is out. That is a 4. He holds it first. And it is now 12-3. As this game is beginning to get out of hand. 12-3 Cardinals now. So they've reached the 12. They've reached the amount of runs scored in that game. And still runners at first and third and nobody out, top of the 5th. Here's Willie Crawford. And they're going to keep going out there. It really doesn't matter the way things are going. Crawford is 2 for 3. A triple, a single, and a sacrifice fly. Gullett will pitch. 1-4. That's blank. Crawford will swing. 1-2. That's a ground ball to short. That's a ground ball to short. Brock's base running rating is a 2. It's a possible double play, and he's going to try to come in. The Reds are just going to try to get a double play here. They got to get outs. 2, 3, 4. Second baseman for the Reds is a 0 is Morgan. A 1-4, they turn the double play. Yes, they do. But Brock will come in to score. And I think that's the right call. Get 2 outs. But it's now 13-3. That is the right call. Get the outs. (13-3) Cardinals. No matter who pitches, 6-4-3 double play. And here's Ron Fairley. Fairley is 1 for 2. Brandon Baker says he's a lefty. It'd be good for about 2 pitches, but he's no Randy Myers. That's good. Gullett will pitch. 1-4. That's blank. Fairley will swing. 4-4. And that's a base hit to right. The hits just keep on coming. Fairley gets a single. And now here's Heidi Cruz. Cruz is 0 for 2. Gullett will pitch. 4-6. Again at the park. Riverfront Stadium. 5-5. Star 2. And that's going to be a fly out to center. And that will end the inning. 3 more runs on 3 hits. And 2 walks. Halfway through this game, and it is 13-3 in favor of the Cardinals. Only a couple of days ago, my Mets beat the Padres 16-3. The Mets tied the Padres with 16 runs, so 16 runs is the most scored in this replay. The Mets, however, 16-3. The 13 runs is the biggest blowout in the replay. But the Cardinals right now look like they want to eclipse that as we go to the bottom of the 5th. You're not even that nasty. Oh, come on, Brandon. I'm pretty sure you could throw a good screwball. Bottom of the 5th inning, here's Pete Rose, Charlie Hustle. Rose is doing what he can do. He's 2 for 2. He's got 2 doubles. Forsch will go ahead and pitch. 4-6, double question mark. That 15 is high. Rose will swing. 5-5, and that's going to be a ground out to third on a star 2. Here's Ken Griffey. Griffey 0 for 2. Forsch 1-1. That's a walk. The 12. Yeah, he walked Griffey on that one. So Griffey trots down to first on a base on balls. Joe Morgan will come up and take a swing. Morgan is 0 for 1. Infield is halfway. Forsch, 2-3. Strikeout 11. No. Morgan swings. 6-5. Popped out to second. Pops it out right to second base. And that is out number 2. Can Dan Dreesen keep the inning alive? He's 1 for 2. Forsch will pitch. And that is a 4-3. That's blank. Dreesen gets the swing. 6-4. Nope. That's going to be a ground ball to first on a star 4. That'll get taken care of by Fairley. And that is a quick inning for Forsch. All the Reds get is a walk. After 5, the Cardinals lead by a touchdown and a field goal, 13-3. On to the 6th. On to the 6th inning. Mike Tyson is the leadoff batter for the Redbirds. He is What is he? He's 2 for 3 tonight. He's got 2 singles. Don Gullett can pitch to 2 more batters before tiring. They're going to see how long he can stay out there. You're down by 10 runs. You really don't want to use any more pitchers unless you have to. Pretty much resigning yourself that you're going to have to split the doubleheader. Gullett will pitch 3-1 against a righty. That's a blank. Tyson will swing 1-6. He flies out to center. Out number 1. Bob Forsch can pitch to 26 batters, and he's still got some left in the tank. He will bat. Why not? You got a 10-run lead. Save your bullpen. Gullett will go ahead and pitch. 2-5. That's a possible error. Forsch will swing 4-6. A ground ball to third. That's it to Rose. His error rating is a 6. That's a 17. He won't make an error. He throws the first to get Forsch. And that's out number 2. Remember, we're playing 70s baseball here, not 2020 or 2021 baseball, where when a pitcher, pitches to like 6 or 7 batters, they yank them. Steeler fan joins us here at the stadium by the front of the river. Next batter will be Bake McBride. Gullett is now tired. They're going to let him pitch, though. 6-3. And against the lefty, that's a walk plus 10. And that 12 will go ahead and walk McBride, and he'll trot down to first. That is the second time McBride has walked. Cardinals will now have Don Kessinger coming up. Kessinger is at a 1,000 on base percentage, triple, single, and 2 walks. There are still 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. 13-3 Cardinals. Gullett will go ahead and pitch. 2-2. That's again a walk plus 10. That's 17. Will walk Kessinger. Unbelievable. The Reds have absolutely no control. Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is the 8th walk issued by the Reds in this game. And here's Lou Brock. Brock is 2 for 3, 2 singles, reached on an error, and struck out. Gullett's going to pitch to Brock. Lefty on lefty makes sense. Although it really doesn't matter. Both these pitchers, the entire Reds pitching. I like to know how this team won the 76 World Series. Oh, yeah, that's right. They had the best lineup in baseball. Maybe in 1976, maybe pitching doesn't win championships that year. Gullett will pitch. 4-5. That's at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 1-5. That's a ground ball to first. That'll be taken care of by Dreesen, and the inning will end. No runs, finally, for the Cardinals. No hits, 2 walks. Bottom of the 6th, 13-3 Redbirds. How did this Reds team win that title? Had to be the lineup. And I'm going to be honest with you. I am praying, I am hoping that the Mets somehow make the playoffs and play the Reds in a series. Let's see how they do against Seaver, Matlack, and Kuzman. Against the best pitching staff that year. But of course, I'm a Mets fan, so I'm just tooting my own horn. Bottom of the 6th inning, we couldn't hit a lick anyway. Bottom of the 6th, 13-3 Cardinals. Mike Lum will come up to bat. He's 1 for 2. That would be a heck of a series, though. Mets and Reds, Matlack, Seaver, Kuzman, Matlack, Lolich, and Swan against this lineup. Against the Reds lineup, that would be a heck of a series. The problem is the Mets would have to beat them with pitching. They could not. There's no way the Mets could out-hit the Reds in 76. No way. Dave Little says, Reds in the driver's seat. All we need is a 10-run homer. They're working on it. Forsch will pitch. 5-3. That's a walk. 16. Yep, he walks Lum. Lum has a 15, but +1 from Riverfront makes it a 16. Lum will trot to first on a walk. And that's only the second walk given up by Forsch. And the Forsch is strong in this one. The Forsch is strong with him tonight. Here's Geronimo. Geronimo is 1 for 2. The infield does go halfway. Forsch will go ahead and pitch. 6-4. That's a blank. Geronimo will swing. 4-5. Ground ball to third. Check to see double play. 1-0-2. Second base is Tyson. He has a 0 arm. Double play on a 1 or a 2. No. Lum will be thrown out at second, but Geronimo beats the throw to first for the out. And here is Bill Plummer. I hope you guys enjoy my blowouts as much as you enjoy the close games and the magic we get sometimes in these games. Geronimo on at first. Here's Plummer. Plummer is 0 for 2. Infield is still halfway. Forsch, 5-4. That's a walk +10. That's going to walk Plummer. So maybe the rally caps are on. Runners at first and second, 1 out. And here comes Doug Flynn, which means there'll be a pinch hitter for Gullett unless Flynn grounds out into a double play. Flynn is 1 for 2. There is no strat. Cardinals leading 13-3. Forsch, 3-6. That's a wild pitch. The 8. Yep, that's a wild pitch. Forsch threw it to the backstop. And the runners advance a base. One wild pitch on Forsch. That's his first. I hope you enjoy the random banter. I don't want... No! You guys can say whatever you want in the chat. I just check out to see what you want. If I see something I'd like to make a comment, I go right ahead. I'm not like other guys, okay? And the difference between some people and some of the other guys there, some of the other people I've seen, the chat is right in front of me. So, I got my computer screen right in front of me. So I see everything that goes on in the chat. I see everything. So I can always make a comment real quickly, if possible. I don't have to look other ways. Runners at second and third now. Now what do you do with Flynn? I think you pitch to him because Don Gullett would not bat, so they would go ahead and bring in a pinch hitter, and that pinch hitter is going to be George Foster. So I think you pitch to Flynn. Or do you? You got 1 out. Foster does ground out in the double plays. You know what? I'm going to intentionally walk Doug Flynn. They're going to intentionally walk him. Don Gullett is gone. And coming on to pinch hit for the Reds will be George Foster. And they're going to try to see if he can ground out. So here's George Foster. 306 average, 29 homers, 121 RBIs. Foster is not in the lineup in this second game. Michael Peterson joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Foster is pinch hitting, 1 for 2, 13-3, but a grand slam could make this very interesting. Forsch will pitch. 3-3. That is a blank. Foster will swing. 6-4. Line out to third base. Line out to third. That's 2 outs. And a 1-2 or 3, we got a double play. No, everybody gets back. 2 outs. Wow. Ball was hit to third. A 1-2 or 3 would have been a double play. Somebody would have been doubled off, but everyone gets back, and that's 2 outs. Now let's see if Charlie Hustle can get it done. Rose is 2 for 3, 2 doubles. Forsch is tired, by the way. And he has actually been tired, but he's not hit any of his marks yet. So Bob Forsch is tired. And they're going to see if he can get through this inning. Bases loaded. Rose at the plate. 2 outs. The infield is now back. 13-3. Forsch pitches. 1-4. Error on a grounder. Pete Rose swings. 5-6. And he popped it up to third. That's not going to be an error, obviously. It's a pop out to third. And with bases loaded, the Reds can't get anybody in. There was not a single hit in that inning. No runs, 3 walks, and a fielder's choice. 13-3 Cardinals after 6. I'm still waiting for the Reds to score their 9 runs. The Cardinals have already beaten the amount of runs they scored historically in this game. Top of the 7th inning, Ted Simmons leads off for the Cardinals. Now they're in the 7th inning. Now they can bring in their main relievers. Let's see. Simmons is a switch hitter. Switch, left. They'll bring in a lefty, and they're going to go with Will McEnany. Might as well. Here's Will McEnany. 2 wins, 6 losses, 7 saves, a 4.85 ERA. He will come in to pitch. No bench, Perez, Foster, Concepcion. Right. Because remember, those guys played in the first game of this doubleheader. All right. They played in the first game, which the Reds did win. So that's why they're not in the second game. That's why this is the second game of a doubleheader. 1980 Tom Browning, perfect. Yes. Yeah, I know that. He was the last Red to throw a no-hitter before Browning did. Yep. Never threw one for the Mets, unfortunately. That's okay. The Mets did get their no-hitter finally. Thank you, David Cone. 13-3, McEnany will pitch to Simmons. Top of the 7th, 1-3, error on a throw. Simmons will pitch, 5-5. That's a ground ball to second base. That ball is hit to Morgan. His error rating is a 6. That's a 15. He won't make an error. He'll throw to first. Out number 1. Morgan did make an error in this game, however. Here's Willie Crawford. McEnany. Crawford having a good game. He's 2 for 4. Triple, single, sacrifice fly. That's a 4-6. That's a blank. Crawford will go ahead and swing. 1-5, and he flies out to center. For out number 2. And now Ron Fairley. Fairley is 2 for 3, 2 singles. Pitch from McEnany. 1-5, that's a blank. Fairley will swing. 3-3, and that's a ground ball right back to McEnany, and he will throw it to first. Side retired. And that is only the second time the Cardinals have been retired in order. The first time was in the 2nd inning. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Senior, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Bon. Don't forget, we got the 10-minute ticker coming up after tonight's game. And tomorrow we will continue with more exciting action coming up. And we begin the third schedule block. So all the last place teams in both American and National Leagues are now erased from the schedule, as they are no longer right now at this time. They are not in playoff competition. So now we'll only use the top 20 teams now from the league going forward. If I have to use a team from the bottom in order to complete a block, I will do it. The new block starts tomorrow, and we have the Indians on the board again. Tomorrow we go to Arlington as the Cleveland Indians will take on the Texas Rangers, and we got a good game. Jim Bibby versus Gaylord Perry on tomorrow for tomorrow night. So don't miss that matchup. We got the Indians and the Rangers tomorrow night here on Inside Pitch. So don't miss that. That should be fun to play as well. And I see my board here has moved over a little bit. So let's neaten it up. It's one thing I like about it. I can actually see everything. Should be good. Bottom of the seventh, Cardinals leading 13-3. Bob Forsch is tired. They're going to leave him in there and see how long he can go. Ken Griffey leads off for the Reds. Griffey is 0 for 2. Forsch can stay in there as long as he does not hit a fatigue result. Forsch pitch, 4-5. That's an error on a throw. Griffey, 5-5. Fly out to center. There won't be an error there on a throw, and that's out number 1. First out, the next batter will be Joe Morgan. Morgan is 0 for 2. Bob Forsch ready to deal. And that's 3-2. That's a blank. Morgan will swing 6-1. He pops out to third. Out number 2. And now Dan Dreesen. Dreesen's 1 for 3. Forsch ready to pitch. 1-4. That's an error on a grounder. Dreesen will swing 2-3, and that's going to be a base hit. That's a base. That's an infield single to third. It's an error on a grounder. It's not an error. So now it's an possible infield single to third. Dan Dreesen has a base running rating of 4. A 1-4, he makes it to first base. No, he does not get there, as that's a heck of a play by Ron Fairley, and he throws to Forsch covering the bag. They get Dreesen, and the inning is over. That is the new rule on Inside Pitch. Utilizing, of course, we're still using the new beta rules. So that becomes a grounder to first, and the inning ends. Nothing across. Bob Forsch is doing the job. The Forsch is with him. After 7, still 13-3. Top of inning number 8. Here's Heidi Cruz for the Cardinals, and McEnany will stay out there. Cruz is 0 for 3. McEnany, 1-5. That's blank. Cruz swings 6-6. He grounds it to short. And that is out number 1. Next up, we'll see Mike Tyson. Tyson is 2 for 4. May see a little inside the crease action tonight, too. May do another Panthers Flyers game. Only this time I might actually try to start the season with it. McEnany will pitch. Maybe. We'll see. 4-2. Range play at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 5-4. Ground ball to third. That ball is hit to Rose. His range is a 3. The infield is normal, and he won't make it. Is that going to be a single or a double? That's going to be a single for Tyson. Tyson gets his third hit of the game. He's now 3 for 5. The batter now is Bob Forsch. Forsch is the batter, and they're going to let him hit. They're going to let Forsch hit. You're up by 13-3. There's no need to burn but you know what, though? Every time I seem to do that, the pitcher seems to get shelled the next inning. You know what, Bob? You're coming out. So Bob Forsch is going to come out of the game, and we'll see a pinch hitter for the Cardinals. Great, well-pitched game for him. Coming on to pinch it for the Cardinals will be Reggie Smith. He'll be traded to the Dodgers later in the year. 253 average, 18 homers, 49 RBIs. Reggie Smith will go up against Will McEnany here. 13-3, there's still one out. McEnany will pitch, and that's a 3-6. Strikeout one, got him. He strikes out Smith, and he gets a K. And now here's Bake McBride. Now McEnany is tired, but they're going to see if he can get through the inning. McBride at bat, Tyson on at first, 2 outs. Yep, the Forsch was with Bob as Baseball Demos joins us here at the stadium by the front of the river. Yes, I went ahead and I made up a little bit of a better thing there. That's not going to be official yet. I just wanted to try it. I was getting sick of the handwriting. I forget I have a printer that can print. 1-5 from McEnany, that's a blank. McBride will swing. 2-2, fly out, center field. That will end the inning. So McEnany goes ahead and gets out of it. No runs on a hit, as the Cardinals have actually been kept off the scoreboard the last 3 innings. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 13-3 Cardinals. Leading off for the Reds will be Cesar Geronimo. And they got left, right. So I think we'll bring in a lefty here for the Cardinals. 10-run lead. They could probably use somebody that's not that major. And they're going to go with Mike Wallace. 3 wins, 2 losses, 2 saves. A 4.07 ERA. Mike Wallace gets the call against Geronimo. Bottom of the 8th, 13-3 Cardinals. At this point, this might be where a position player would pitch. I agree there, Tribe fam. I actually agree with that. I don't have a position player card. I was waiting maybe for Chris to mention what ERA a position player would probably have, and I can create one. I can actually just go ahead and take a picture from a set and just make a copy of a pitcher's card. Just make it, position player pitcher card. I could do that. Although that wasn't that very normal, I think, in the 70s. I'm not sure. Mike Wallace will pitch, but you're right, though. 5-5, strikeout 11, got him. He strikes out Geronimo. And that is a K for Wallace. That's the first out. Next batter will be Mike Lum. Lum is 1 for 2. The fans are yelling for Brandon Baker to come in on relief. You want to take the mound, Brandon? Let me know. Wallace will go ahead and pitch to Lum. 3-6. That's a walk. The 3 is a walk. He will walk Lum. Lum will trot down to first. The batter now is Bill Plummer. Plummer is 0 for 2. 1 out, infield half. Wallace will pitch. 1-3, range play. Plummer swings. 5-6, star 3. That's a grounder to second base. That's hit to Tyson. His range is a 4, but the infield halfway means it's a 3. Ye will make the play. Is it a double play? Plummer, 4-0-5. 5. That's a ground ball to second. Shortstop, Kessinger, +1 is a 6. Automatic double play. Inning over. 4-6-3 double play, automatic. And it stays 13-3 in favor of the Redbirds. As Brandon Baker ready to come ahead. As Brandon Baker says he's warm now, his southpaw's ready to go. All right. We go to the top of the 9th inning. The Cardinals historically scored 12 runs in this game. They got 13. Don Kessinger is the batter. And let's see, Kessinger is a switch hitter. And I got switch, left, switch. We're going to bring in a lefty for the Reds, and it's going to be Brandon Baker coming on the board. So Brandon, what's that? He's not on the official Reds roster? You sure about that? Let me check to see if there's a card for him in here Let me see if there's a card in here for the Reds. I'm sure he is. He's got to be in here somewhere. Nope. No Brandon Baker. I'm sorry there, Brandon. You're not on the 25-man roster. I am so sorry. They told me you can't come out and pitch. I am so sorry, Brandon. I would have loved to see that. I am so sorry. Well, with the game a 13-3 game, the Reds are going to go ahead and bring in Pat Darcy. 2 wins, 3 losses, 2 saves, a 6.23 ERA. Darcy is the 5th pitcher for the Reds in this game. He's going to try to finish it off here. 13-3 Cardinals. Victor Marotti joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Nice to see you there, Victor. First time I think I've seen you there. Yeah, I friend said backwards. He said, "Why not, Dave?" Those puns, man. You got to do something about those puns. Sorry, Brandon, you're not on the Reds roster. I can't use you. Darcy will pitch to Kessinger. 1-1. That's a walk +10. That will walk Kessinger, and he will trot to first. And that is the 9th walk issued by the Reds today. Infield halfway, and that will bring up Lou Brock. Brock is 2 for 4, 2 singles, reached on an error. Kessinger on it first. Darcy will pitch. 2-4. Range play. Brock will go ahead and swing. 1-1. Base hit to right field, but that's a range play. But the guy out there is not who you want to hit to. That's Griffey. His range is a 1. Not a chance. And that's going to be that is a base. That's a single to right. That's a base hit. That's station to station automatically. Kessinger will hold at second with the 10-run lead. The rule I've made, by the way, Dave, is that even though he has, now it says right here, outfielder throw chart, game with 6+1 differential, no throws, and they only go station to station. I'm actually still going to keep my house rule that if there is a scoring chance, I can make a call on that. So if a runner still has a chance to score, I can still take a look and see. So runners at first and second, and the batter will be Ted Simmons now. Simmons is 2 for 4, 2 singles. Darcy pitching. There's still nobody out here in the top of the 9th. Darcy will pitch. 4-3. That's a wild pitch. The 11 is a wild pitch. And the runners will advance. And that is the first wild pitch on the Reds as Darcy commits one. Now runners at second and third. Now the infield is just going to play back. The Reds have pretty much resigned themselves that this game is going to go into the L column. So they'll do it again. Still nobody out. Actually, they're going to play it halfway. That keeps Kessinger, that keeps his base running rating becoming a 5. So with the infield halfway, his base running becomes a 2. Darcy will pitch. 2-6. That's a double question mark. That 16 is too high for either side. Simmons will pitch. Will bat 5-2. Holy cow. Double to right field for Ted Simmons. And that'll clear the bases. Double to right for Simmons. Kessinger comes in to score. Brock comes in to score. Simmons on at second. And it is now 15-3. The Cardinals are 1 run away from tying the Mets and Padres for the most runs scored by a team this season. Simmons on at second, still nobody out. And here's Willie Crawford. And even though Dave is correct, having Darcy pitch is almost like having a position player pitch. But the game is, you don't want to waste any of your bullpen in case for tomorrow. And that's what the smart thing they would do. 15-3. Cardinals are 1 run away from tying the Padres and the Mets. Crawford is the batter, and he is 2 for 5. Infield is back. Darcy with the pitch. 2-3. That's a blank. Crawford swings. 5-1. Star 2. That's a ground ball to third. The throw goes to first for out number 1. The only way Simmons can get to third is on a 6, and he'll stay at second. So that's the first out. And now here's Ron Fairley. A 10-run mercy rule like in Little League. You know what? If Manfred did that, the owners would vote him right out. And trust me, there are a lot of owners right now that want him out for the stuff he's done. Simmons at second base. Fairley the batter now. Fairley is, what is he? He is 2 for 4. 2 singles and a walk. Darcy will pitch still. 5-3, range play. Fairley will swing. 2-2, ground ball, second base. That's it to Morgan. His range is a 3. He'll get it. He makes the play, throws to first. Out number 2. Out number 2, and Simmons goes to third. Now the batter is Heidi Cruz. Should be up by 10 runs, cut 1 minute off between innings. Yeah, right? So 2 outs now. Simmons on at third. Cruz is the batter. Cruz is 0 for 4. He is the only batter in the Reds lineup to not get a hit, not including the pitcher. Darcy will pitch. 5-4. That's an error on a throw. Cruz will swing. 4-4. That's a fly ball to center field. There will not be an error, and the inning will end. So 2 runs on 2 hits and a walk. And the Cardinals have a 15-3 lead going into the bottom of the 9th. Will we see, well, a 9th inning miracle? Because that's pretty much what it has to be. Bottom of the 9th inning. Yes, you could say this one belongs to the Reds. This game, I say, and the gallery and the stadium groans. Ugh. Bottom of the 9th inning, 15-3. Doug Flynn is the leadoff batter for the Reds. He will bat. Flynn is 1 for 2. Mike Wallace is going to stay out there, and he's still strong. He's still got he still has 3 batters he can face before tiring. So Mike Wallace will go up against Doug Flynn here. Bottom of the 9th. Let's see if the Reds can make the biggest comeback ever. Wallace, 6-1. That's at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 1-5. And that's a grounder to first. Okay, well, still a good chance. 1 out, though. Pat Darcy was due to bat next, so he comes out. And coming on to pinch hit for the Reds will be Tony Perez. Tony Perez, 260 average, 19 homers, 91 RBIs. Perez will pinch hit here with one out in the bottom of the ninth. Salvador America joins us here at the stadium by the front of the river. Wallace will pitch to Perez. 6-2, strikeout, 19, no. Perez, 1-1, fly out to center. 2 outs. They can still get that rally. They got 2 outs. Come on, they can do it. Cincinnati can go ahead and get that rally going. And here is Pete Rose. Rose is 2 for 4. Wallace will pitch to Rose. 2 outs, bottom of the ninth inning. And here we go. Here comes the big rally. Wallace will pitch. 3-1. And against a righty, that's a blank, because Rose is a switch hitter hitting from the right side. Rose will swing. 3-5, and it's a ground ball to short. Picked up there by Kessinger. Gets it, picks it up, pumps once, pumps twice, throws to first. That's your game. The St. Louis Cardinals obliterate the Cincinnati Reds 15-3 tonight. Final line score coming up, and the 10-minute ticker. Don't go away. Yes, I know, a 1, 2, 3 ninth. How about that? I get a few of those once in a while. Get a few. We do get a few of those. But with the 15 runs, the Cardinals do not tie the Padres or the Mets for the most runs scored. The Mets, however, still have the biggest blowout with the 16-3 win over the Padres that was done last week. But still a blowout no matter what. Still destruction, actually. For the Cardinals, 15 runs on 16 hits and no errors. For the Reds, 3 runs on 7 hits and 1 error. The winning pitcher is Bob Forsch. He gets the win. The Forsch was with him. Santo Alcala takes the loss. And, of course, there is no save. There were only 16 hits. What did it in for the Reds, really, was 9 walks. They had 9 walks in that game. The Reds absolutely had no control at all. It is time for a 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball of Replay Sports. Check it out if you wish to purchase a copy of it. They got seasons all the way back to the 50s, including all the current seasons as well. And that's another reason why I chose FastScore, because there are 44 seasons that Inside Pitch, 45 seasons that Inside Pitch has, and FastScore does have all the seasons that they have. So that works. So the Reds won the first game 6-4, but the Cardinals destroyed the Reds 15-3. The thing about it, historically, there were 21 runs in that game. We had 18. There were 28 hits in that game. We had 23, and we did have an error. So still pretty realistic, except the Reds were missing a few runs. Good to know that Mrs. America is getting better. Just keep on taking care of her there, Mr. America. We want nothing to happen to Mrs. America. Let's get to some FastScore Baseball. The Chicago White Sox taking on the Cleveland Indians. We got a couple of doubleheaders today, as a matter of fact. White Sox taking on Cleveland. That's a doubleheader. And it starts with the White Sox with a 7. And that is a 53. And that is 5 runs. Cleveland has a 13. 15. And that is 2 runs. The White Sox will beat the Indians. Game number 2, White Sox have a 6. 15, and that is 1 run. Cleveland has a 24. 45, and that is 8 runs. So those two split a doubleheader. California taking on Detroit. Angels have an 8. 63, and that is 6. Detroit has a 14. 66. That's going to win them the game. 11-6 win for the Tigers. Baltimore taking on Kansas City. Baltimore has an 8. 32, and that is 3. Kansas City has a 12. 54, and that is 6. The Royals will beat the Orioles. Oakland taking on Milwaukee. Oakland with an 11. 42, and that's 4. Milwaukee has a 5. 42, and that is 3. Oakland will beat the Brewers. Boston taking on Minnesota. Red Sox have not been getting good rolls on FastScore lately, Salvador. Boston has a 17, and a 21 is not that great on a 17. That is a 3. Minnesota has a 14, but a 12. They're going to win that, I think. Yes, Boston will beat the Twins 3-1. Texas taking on the Yankees. The Rangers have an 8. 22, that's 2. Yankees, though, have Catfish on the mound and a 14. 45, and that is 5. The Yankees continue to own the American League East. Pittsburgh taking on Atlanta. The Pirates have a 12. 36, and that is 4. Atlanta has an 8. That's a 52, and that is 5. Atlanta will beat the Pirates. Houston taking on the Cubs. The Astros have a 9 for Steeler fan. A 26. That's only 3 runs. The Cubs have a 9 as well. 32. And that is 3 runs for the Cubs as well. We got extras. Houston's clutch is a 1. So 1 plus 4 is 5. The Cubs have a 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. It's a tie. The home team is the Cubs. They will win it 4-3 on the basis of the home team winning a tie. And Steeler fan will say rigged. Montreal taking on the Dodgers. The Expos have a 3. 65. That's 6 runs. Dodgers have an 8. 26. And that's 2 runs. Montreal will win. Philadelphia and the Padres and the Mets and the Giants have doubleheaders. Philadelphia, I really would like to have San Diego win both of these, but it might not look like it with the way the scoring is set up. Philadelphia, game 1 against the Padres has a 10. A 21, that was going to be a high roll, but that got knocked over. 21, that is going to be 2 runs. Come on, Padres. They got a 4. Come on. 24, 1 run. Nope. Philadelphia will beat the Padres in game 1. Philadelphia has a 20 in game 2. 24, and that is 4 runs. The Padres have a 6 in the second game. 56, and that's going to be 5 runs. All right, they split it. Now my Mets have a doubleheader against the Giants. Mickey Lolich and then Tom Seaver. Mickey Lolich has the Mets have a 14. Come on, high roll, 34. That's going to be 4 runs. The Giants have a 7. 54, and that's going to be 5 runs. The Giants will beat the Mets. Seaver in the next game. The Mets have an 8. 16, and that is going to be only 1 run. The Giants have a 2. 41, and that's going to be 2 runs. And my Mets lose both games to the Giants. Rigged and rigged. Kansas City, we now move on to June 14th. Kansas City taking on Detroit. Kansas City has an 18. 52, and that is 7 runs. Detroit has a 7. 25, that's 2 runs. Kansas City will beat the Tigers. California, Milwaukee, Angels have a 5. 63, that's 6 runs. Milwaukee has a 2. 34, and that is 2 runs. Boston taking on Minnesota. The Red Sox have a 16. A 54 is a good roll. That's going to be 7 runs for the Red Sox. Minnesota, though, has a 13. 51, and that is going to be 6 runs. The Red Sox win that game. Cubs taking on the Reds. Cubs have a 7. 32, and that is 3 runs. The Reds have a 21. 55, and that is 8 runs. The Reds will beat the Cubs, and this one belongs to the Reds. Pittsburgh taking on Houston. The Pirates have a 9. 35, and that is 3. Houston has a 10. 13, and that is 1. So the Astros lose to the Pirates, and of course, Salvador America will once again say rigged. Montreal taking on the Padres. Montreal has a 7. 66, that's a 9. San Diego has an 8. 23, and that is 2. So the Expos will beat them. Atlanta taking on the Cardinals. Atlanta has a 10. 42, and that is 4 runs. The Cardinals have an 8. 34, and that is 3 runs. And that is your 10-minute ticker for the night. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. And tomorrow will be at Arlington Stadium as the Cleveland Indians will take on the Texas Rangers. Jim Bibby against Gaylord Perry. Could be a good matchup. I'm hoping for that one as we move into the middle of the month of June. Salvador America, Steeler fan, Brandon Baker, Dave Little, Tribe fan, 879, Baseball Demos, Victor Marotti, Victor Marotti, Ronald Spursky, RF, Gillies Tebow, Midlife Crisis. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out through the turnstiles. Subscribe if you've not done so, and make sure to ring that bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. May see you later for a little hockey. We'll see how I feel. The Cardinals absolutely obliterate the Reds tonight, 15-3. We'll see you guys later. Take care, everyone.